Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor. Please disregard the mic. I know it's kind of a weird spot, but Alex chose the bulkiest, largest mics possible, and it's just clunky. So Alex has one as well, so hopefully you guys can hear both of us okay. If you're catching the replay, be sure to let us know, and hopefully the audio is good to go. So it is Monday, which means we are live on Bowdabra at 7 p.m. Eastern each and every Monday. If you would like alerts whenever we go live, make sure to text me to the number 978-396-9150. And I'm excited. We have lots of ribbons that we're going to be using today, including this cardinal ribbon that we put together in a kit last night on my page, and I absolutely love it. We don't have any rolls left, right, Alex? Maybe one or two?
Yeah, I think we might be sold out of them.
Yeah, they flew. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to be using our new grapevines. We just got in a couple thousand grapevines that you can find on our website. We have the 14-inch oval, and isn't that an adorable little grapevine? I think it's really cute. Okay, so as you come into, Bowdabra is giving away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon. All you have to do is just let us know that you would like to win, and you potentially could be our lucky winner. Hi, Bobby. Nice to see you. Hi, Tammy. Let's get started. So here we have our large Bowdabra, and this is something I'd say is a lot more size appropriate for wreaths and garlands and swags and the larger stuff. Oh, you didn't even stick that in. I told you to. I don't think they can hear me, can they?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we have the large Bowdabra, and here we have the mini. We're also using our Bowdabra wire tonight. This comes on a 100-yard spool, so a little does go a long way. Bobby says, of course, I would love to win. Hi, Linda.
Hi, everyone. Okay, Bobby says we can hear you.
Okay, good. So maybe we don't even need that thing in it. Could you guys hear us right off the get-go, or did it take a second? Because Alex just plugged in the thing that's supposed to give us audio. And it seemed like you guys could hear us before it. So we're going to start with this ribbon. This ribbon actually came from Hobby Lobby. I got so many spools of it after the holidays many years back. And as you can see, it's not the best. So we have to cut this part out. That's ruined. Throw that out. Heard
Hi,
you fine.
Charlotte. Hi, Susan.
Welcome, everyone. So we're going to start. Let's see. Is this ribbon even good at all? Let's see if we're going to find a piece that isn't torn. Okay. So we'll start here. That's what happens, you guys, when you purchase cheap ribbon. You still can make it work, but as you can see, we're a little bit wasteful. We'll cut a length of tails. These are about 14-inch tails on either side. Lisa would love to win. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. Once you do that, then you can take the rest of your roll. I place the tail inside of the Bowdabra. See how we have about a half of an inch of an overhang? That is important. Oh, so it is frayed. I don't know if it's frayed throughout, but let's see what we can do with it. Create your next loop. It is a pretty whimsical color scheme, though. I can say that much. Hi, Rhonda. Tammy's always up for some free ribbon.
Perrette says, hi, guys. Still using my Bowdabra wrapping gifts.
Awesome. Yeah, so I want to say a couple years back, we actually showed you guys how to wrap some presents and decorate them for the holidays. So if you guys want to see that again, I can have Yaya wrap the gifts because I'm no good at it. And she could show you how to make them. Or I can show you how to, decorate them. So we'll just cut this off. Look at how cheap that ribbon is. That's probably why they didn't come out with it again. Place your final piece inside. Hey, Linda, love watching you. Thank you so much. Pull those wires to the middle.
Susan says, love a roll of ribbon. Definitely need ribbon to practice my bows.
Yes, so if you purchase cheap ribbon over the years, you can always put it to use by practicing with it. So if you're afraid of using more expensive ribbons, use the cheap stuff. Put it to use, and then you can just throw it out when you're done. I think it did turn out pretty, though.
I like the colors.
Isn't that a pretty color scheme? Something different. Welcome, Shirley. So there's our first bow. Right off the bat. Now, let's create that cardinal bow because I love that ribbon. This is my third time using it, and I love it just the same. It is so pretty. It does not need to be wired ribbon, Caroline. Great question. Although wired ribbon is best because it holds its shape. So we only carry wired ribbon in our shop, and typically we only teach with wired ribbon just because you're able to get the effect that you can't get with non-wired ribbon. Non-wired ribbon I specifically use for fresh floral designs, and that's pretty much it. I don't use it ever with artificial designing, just because we ship our designs, and you know, no matter what happens in transit, what always happens is your bows get squished and you need to fluff them, and if it's wired ribbon, your customer can easily just fluff it out. If it's non-wired, it seems to crease and crinkle and kind of remain that shape.
Hi, Marianne.
Hey, Marianne.
Hi, Eleanor.
Marianne
Lori.
picked her order up locally yesterday. She is one of our few local friends that are crafters, which is really cool because, you know, we have tons of crafters out there, just not too many within the state of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. But we're lucky to have her. She's awesome. And Marianne's one of the members in the Wreath community, and I had the pleasure of meeting Marianne when I did a show in Boston a few years back now, I want to say. Right, Al?
Yeah.
I want to say at least 3 years. It's been a while. So just continue with these tails.
Nadia asked, can you please give the measurements of what you were doing?
Great question. I often don't because they're all different lengths. So this tail is much shorter than other tails. I mean, look at the length difference, you know? So for the loops, about 3.5 to 5 inches or so. Tails anywhere from 6 to 8. You can go a little bit past that. You can go a little bit shorter than that. Doesn't have to be exact, you guys. Use your eyes for the best judgment. Were you hitting it?
I don't want it to scratch against my sweatshirt.
Yeah. Okay.
I always get nervous wearing a mic too. I always wonder if I'm like breathing too heavily.
I know. No, I feel the same way. And I feel like when we first started it out, it'd be so like we'd be so nervous.
Yeah.
And now, although we don't want to breathe heavy into it, it's a lot more laid back, you know?
Just let me know, guys.
If you hear her breathing, let us know. Or me.
Christy says, I love the cardinal ribbon. Susan asked, can you explain how to get the tails to look good with a pattern on the ribbon going the same way?
Yes, so we actually showed you guys, I don't have any more printed ribbon here with me. We can show you guys that next week, but I did do a live last night using this exact ribbon, showing you how to cut your tails separately and work them in so that the cardinals aren't upside down. But we can show you guys that next week, or you could refer back to that video.
Hi, Pamela.
Hey, Pamela, I see we have almost 300 viewers. Let's dovetail these tails real quick. And I saw a comment, something about black and white ribbon, Alex. Did you see that?
Let me see.
Okay.
Do you have black wired ribbon with white edge?
Yes, we have a couple different ginghams, and I think we have polka dots too, right?
I think we do.
Okay, so just dovetail. All of these tails are different lengths. It's just going to add to the beauty. Trust me when I say that. Okay, I think that's all of them.
Linda says, can hear both of you clearly. Yay!
Yay!
I'm glad these new microphones are working.
Me too. Thank you for letting us know, Linda. So Bowdabra has shared our affiliate link where you can order yourself a Bowdabra. So feel free to purchase a Bowdabra through that link. I missed one dovetail. Dad's going to be mad. There we go. Oh my gosh, I missed two. Let's dovetail this one too. It looks like we added a lot more loops to this bow. We finished up that roll of ribbon, so we were able to create 2 full-size bows using 1 roll. So 10 yards does really go a long way. Fluff it out.
Hi, Caroline from Australia.
From Australia. What time is it in Australia right now? And I see we're at almost 300 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you enjoy seeing me here on Bowdabra, be sure to let us know down below. All right, tell me that's not a striking bow.
I love it.
Isn't that pretty? I wish we got more of this ribbon in now because it's so pretty.
I know.
But we might have a roll or 2 left, but that's probably it. All right, there's that bow. This is a funky bow. What do you think? Hey, Holly from Michigan. Thank you, Pam, for sharing this video. So it's not going to go on this wreath, but just to show you guys, kind of propped up a little bit. Isn't that so pretty?
It's the size of the whole grapevine.
I know. Ooh, Alex, you got to clear out of your notifications. Oh my gosh. All right, time to come back in with another bow. We're going to show you guys how to take some loose weave burlap. And if you don't know what loose weave burlap is, it's just essentially that. It has a looser weave. It's not as tight. And you can kind of see through the opening. So this is another ribbon we have in stock, and I absolutely love it. We used it with an owl wreath the other night. Isn't that pretty? So for this bow, let's try something completely different. Just cut a length of tails. Oop, lost my wire.
Susan loves the funky bow. Lois loves the cardinal bow.
Welcome, Edna. So we'll just take a set of tails here. Like that. Let's do one more set of tails. Doesn't have to be any specific length. One side can be longer than the other, you guys. It's not going to matter. Then we can come back in with our ribbon. See the loose weave, how you can see right through it? Place it in like so. Create a loop. Create another loop. And for something like this, working in a few loops, if you want to kind of alternate it by twisting the ribbon completely backwards, you can. I typically recommend you do that just to get in the habit of doing that, especially if you're a beginner. But certain ribbons like this one, you don't have to. It's not really going to be noticeable. So that's 3 loops on this side. Let's work in one more on this side. And this is going to be like a cross between a traditional bow and something with a lot of tails. Hey, from Kentucky. Welcome, Belinda. Pull your wires to the middle, pull them through the loop, and tighten. Tie it from behind. Tie it really tight. Always tie your bows tight, you guys, especially if that's the focus of your design. Imagine creating a beautiful wreath, right? And then losing the bow or having your customer say that their bow fell out. You know, there goes 99% of the design. Pull your long tails down, and it's just something that's a little bit more informal. That's something I've been loving doing lately, and you can actually cut the ends at an angle. You can dovetail this as well, but it's not going to be as prominent as other ribbons, so I kind of like the angled cut. And I also don't mind it fraying.
Marty loves the bows. Edna says, I have a roll of that ribbon.
Awesome, Edna. So just cut, cut. Something wrong with the mic?
No, it's too heavy for my sweatshirt.
It's too heavy for your sweatshirt.
It's a big mic.
It is heavy, yeah. That's why I don't want to put it on my shirt. All right, there you go. Something informal, something, you know, not super perfect, and it always looks great. So something like this, you can throw on an evergreen wreath and call it a day. So there's the next bow. Let's finish up this roll of ribbon. This was also a kit we designed on my business page the other night. And we have a little bit of it left over. So I'm going to show you guys how to take it and use it in the mini just by creating a little bow tie.
Belinda says, I've got to have one of these.
Right?
Michelle says, love the bows as usual.
Thank you. Yeah, you can order your Bowdabra through our affiliate link down below. And also be sure to join both the Bowdabra fan gallery as well as Nick's Seasonal Decor Crafting Community. Both groups have tons of designers that share their content and share their creation. So if you're ever looking for inspiration, you know, both of those groups are a great source for it. All right, so we'll come back in with one loop. Let's see if we can do a full-size traditional bow on this. Let's see if we even have enough ribbon for it. But yeah, after this, we're going to be designing with some bells that we have in stock. We designed a bell wreath the other day, and I want to design with them again tonight. So that's what's happening, 8 o'clock sharp on the dot. And then after that, we will be live again. So today was a crazy day. This morning we filmed for Home Talk. We created a natural botanical wreath. We actually dried some oranges in our oven last night. It smelled amazing, you guys. If you haven't dried oranges or fruit in your oven, I mean, that's like air freshener. I swear, the whole house just smelled of Christmas. It was beautiful.
Michelle says, can you do this last bow with velvet bows on an evergreen wreath or swag?
This last bow. Well, we created velvet bows last week here on Bowdabra. I do have a roll of velvet, so we'll see. Time dependent, we should be able to create one. But yeah, we've done a lot. Alex actually made her very first evergreen fresh wreath last week, didn't you, Al?
I did.
And, you know, it turned out really pretty. So we still got to teach how to do a fresh wreath. I haven't done one in a couple of years, so we've got to update that tutorial. I joined Nick's Seasonal Decor last week. Awesome! Okay, pull it out. Tie it from behind.
Kira asked, what temperature and how long for the fruit?
Oh my gosh, that was a hard thing to kind of pinpoint because every oven's different, you know. Every oven has a mind of its own. You know, about 135, 150 to max 235. The temperature really fluctuated, and I kind of lowered it and brought it higher, depending on how the orange slices looked. But even if you don't want to use them in a wreath, just the smell alone, you guys. Oh, I wish Alex was home last night so she could smell it. It was amazing. The smell of it today is not the best, so it's just when they're cooking. Alex didn't like the smell today. So this is the full-size bow that we just created using our mini. How's that look?
Nancy says, just getting on from California.
Welcome, Nancy. Isn't that a pretty bow? So obviously not massive, and that's pretty much the amount of loops that we can max out on the mini. But it just goes to show, if you've picked up a mini, you can definitely use it for some kind of slightly larger bows. But now I want to create a wreath bow for our mini wreath. So we're going to take a length of wire, right? We'll take it nice and slow. Cut a length of wire. Then what I do is I take that wire and I just fold it over itself. In doing so, you have an open end, basically where it's cut, and then you have a closed loop. Doesn't matter which way you stick it in your Bowdabra, just place it in that slit on the surface. Tuck it underneath. And you're good to start making your bow. So we're going to cut a length of tails.
Kira asked on a wire rack.
Nope, just on a cookie tray.
Baking sheet?
Just a baking sheet, cookie tray. I lined it with tin foil just because, you know, the orange juice is sticky on itself, but when it starts to dry out, it becomes like sap, and it kind of burned after a while too. So, you know, definitely put it on tin foil, and it makes it easier to flip over the oranges because you do want to turn them every so often.
Pamela says, gorgeous.
Thank you, Pamela. So this is a ribbon we've had in stock for a while now, and it's a beautiful plaid. I really, really like it.
Barbara asked, what do you do with all these wreaths that you make?
We sell them. So we sell them on our Etsy shop. We also teach not only the general public on our business page how to make them, but we also have a wreath community where I teach our members how to become professional designers and really master the art of designing. And I'm so excited for tonight. We're going to do a bell. It's going to be a little loud, though, with all those, you know, jingle bells, but it'll definitely keep an intruder from going through the front door. That's for sure. And it's funny because yesterday, you guys, I was trying to film, and we had a lot of orders for the bells. So Alex was downstairs, and I was up here in the studio, and it seemed like she was really enjoying those bells because that's what I kept hearing.
They were jingling.
All right, don't even know how many loops I added. 5 on one side, 4 on the other. Doesn't make a difference. The more you add, the more full it's going to be, which is definitely appropriate for this time of year. Pull it out of your Bowdabra.
Kathy says, love the plaid ribbon.
Thank you, Kathy. Tie it from behind.
Pat asked, can you use a dehydrator for orange slices?
Absolutely. If you can, you know, purchase one, or if you already have one, that's definitely the better route because it'll just dry it. You know, you don't have to keep your oven on, worry about your oven. You can just leave the dehydrator overnight. And it won't burn because it's just drying it out, right? It doesn't create heat. So, and me and Alex love beef jerky, so maybe I'll invest in a
we should.
dehydrator.
We love dehydrated fruit. And
We do. Alex has been eating papaya lately, dried papaya. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do like dried pineapple, though. Which is funny, because I don't like fresh pineapple that much. How about you, Al? It's okay. It makes my mouth tingle.
Yeah. Well,
But-
I think that's an allergy.
Yeah, maybe.
No. No, but I know what you mean. It's very sweet.
It's very sweet. I'd much prefer watermelon. But when I say prefer watermelon, I mean watermelon when it's good watermelon. Because there's nothing worse than wanting a fresh watermelon, cracking it open, only for it to be not good. So they're not in season here in Massachusetts, so you gotta wait for that. All right, there's a tiny little bow on a tiny little grapevine. We could have made that bow even smaller if we wanted to. Pull those tails down. Look at how cute that is. So these aren't listed yet, but we will have the 14-inch and 18-inch oval grapevines listed by tonight. So the winner is being announced soon. I think you were just about to say that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So if you would like to win a free roll of ribbon, definitely let us know. We'll snip these off. And work them in. So just dip them in your glue skillet. If you don't have one yet, you are missing out. I'd say it's a necessity for me. I know a lot of people that love their glue guns. I'm definitely not a glue gun type though. How about you, Al?
No. I feel like they go so quick too.
Yeah,
like
and
you
then
put a stick in and then it just disappears.
And I feel like no matter the price of the glue gun, because I've had all sorts of glue guns over the years, no matter the price for me, they always seem to get clogged with, like, the trigger doesn't work after, a certain amount of time. And that's probably how they get you. Look, we just circulated one of our magnolia stems. Those are like $1.80 in our shop around it.
Darlene says she loves her glue skillet. Shirley would love to win. Eleanor would love to win.
Yeah, let us know. The winner's being announced soon. So now we'll snip one of these hollies off. And the item number for this is XS0866. And it's really pretty. This might actually be one of my favorites that we got, Al.
So, Eleanor, the square grapevines are not listed yet.
Not yet, yes. So those will be listed. We designed with a square grapevine earlier today. And I think it turned out pretty. What do you think, Al?
I love it. That's
She's
so
looking
cute.
at it right now. Just something simple. And we used this ribbon. Yeah, this is the ribbon we used. Work it in. So just one of these sprays is enough. We're dealing with a very tiny grapevine. Don't want to overdo it. Take another piece, place it down below. And then just pepper in a couple more. We got this one. This one's a bigger one.
Belinda asked, where are you located?
So we are located, well, we live in Massachusetts, but our warehouse is up in New Hampshire. We are located in Kingston, New Hampshire.
So many people would love to win tonight.
Yeah, let us know. Any second now, Bowdabra will be choosing one lucky winner. And once you win, all you have to do is just message Bowdabra here on Facebook. Let them know that you're the winner from tonight's live with Nick, and they'll send you a free roll of ribbon. How cute did that turn out? Little tiny wreath. We're going to curl our tails up. Fluff your bow. You can never fluff your bow too much. You guys know that by now.
Barbara says, you have inspired me to make wreaths this year as gifts for my family.
Awesome, Barbara. Yeah, be sure to send us pictures of your creations, you guys. We always love to see what you make. So look, one spray of magnolia, one spray of the ficus, a little leftover ribbon, and a 14-inch oval grapevine. That's what you're able to create. That's it. That's all it took. You could add some ornaments if you wanted to. I think we're going to do without.
We have our winner.
Okay.
Our winner. Sorry, guys. Winner tonight is Pam Kosh Hunt. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Pam. Let's all congratulate Pam. That is so exciting. And don't forget, each and every Monday that we're live, Bowdabra does give away a free roll every Monday. So here's another ribbon we have in stock. It's a pretty candy cane. And we're just going to take that, place it in. Let's maybe add a wire first before people call me out on that. I always seem to forget. Place it in. Take that ribbon out. Place the wire in. Come back in with your tails. I like to add my tails first. It seems to work better for me. Then we can come back in with our ribbon. Again, about a ½ inch of an overhang. Just in case you go to fluff your bow, you don't want to pull it right out. So always leave yourself a little bit of leverage. So what we'll do with this one is we'll do something different. We'll do 3 loops on either side that are about 4½ inches or so. Another piece. And these you kind of want similar. You know how I often say you don't have to be perfect. Even here you don't have to be perfect. But you do want them to be a little bit closer in size just for the easiness of fluffing later on. Because even if they're slightly off, the way you fluff your loops, can really mask that too. By either opening them closer or kind of poofing them out like that to make them smaller. So that's more. Let's do 2 more loops on either side that are only about 2.5 inches. Another loop. Our final loop on this side. And then we're going to do what, Al? What's our final loop going to be?
Button loop.
Our button loop. And that doesn't have to be big at all. That just adds a finishing touch to your bow. Now we'll tie it by taking those wires to the middle and tie it off. Nice and simple. Pull those wires to the back. Tighten it once more and tie it off. 3 or 4 ties. Hey Joe, nice to see you. Okay, now what we can do is fluff it out. So to fluff, you guys, that's a question we get asked a lot, and it's really hard to explain exactly what we're doing just because each and every bow is going to be different. So what I do is I just pull apart my loops before I really make them perfect all at once, and then I kind of go for a heavier fluff. Which in this case, there's only 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 loops total. And that's what you're able to create. And this seems to be everybody's favorite at the moment.
I love it. It's like
Isn't
a
that
peppermint.
cute? It is like a peppermint. How's that look, fluffing wise? Look good?
Yeah.
I can't get over the microphone sticking out of my hat like that. I look like Rudolph, but instead of a red nose, got a little. Oop! I think I just tapped it. So that's one bow that we created. Here's one that we created using the mini Bowdabra. So look at the size of that. Even though this Bowdabra is super duper tiny, you're still able to create decent sized bows. Nothing too large, but that's decent. We created this, which is just a burlap bow, very natural, very loose, not perfect. And sometimes that's what a wreath needs, is something a little bit more informal. We just worked in a couple extra tails. We also created one using cheap Hobby Lobby ribbon. We cut out a lot of it because it was frayed, but it just goes to show that even if you've purchased cheap ribbon in the past, and I got a lot of these rolls, you still can create at least one pretty bow out of it, so it's not a total waste. We created a miniature wreath. Look at that. What do you think of that one, you guys? Isn't that cute? I like this one. And we created probably my favorite out of everything we made tonight, which is the cardinal bow. You know, this you can just cut one little strip of, and I still think it would just be so pretty because just the print of it alone is so nice. So that is going to conclude our live. Don't forget, we are live here in Bowdabra each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to text me to the number 978-396-9150 for alerts. Next week, we'll make sure to have a printed ribbon where we can kind of show you the tails. We've done that, I think, either last week or the week before. And yeah, Bowdabra does give away a free roll of ribbon each and every Monday. Thank you so much, Sandy and Terry, for having me as a guest. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all next week. Or maybe in the next live for some of you. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.